Greetings and welcome to this sneak peek of Amplience's forthcoming AI studios. We're going to get started in Content Studio. This is built for marketers and merchants and others who are responsible for selling more products as quickly as possible, but are beholden to old processes that sort of slow them down, especially when it comes to creating enough content to support their sales goals or to be able to support those unscheduled events and campaigns that they need. So I'm going to get started from here in my templates, and I'm going to want to produce a buying guide to be able to help me sell products to a different segment that I haven't reached before. But rather than me having to call on a subject matter expert or wait on a creative team to be able to provide the content for me, I'm going to go ahead and use AI to generate this. And what I'm doing here is essentially, rather than creating a specific prompt and being a prompt engineer, I'm just going to create a brief like I've always done. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a particular brand voice and the audience I want to target. In this case, I want to target those luxury buyers with large wallets. And I'm going to choose a tone. So of course, this needs to be sophisticated in nature. And I'm going to say that this is a buyer's guide for first-time paddleboarders. That's who I want to target. Great. Now, the thing about AI is that in many cases, if I just call a particular platform, generally, it's going to make up products or just completely ignore them. And I can't do that. I need to feature the products in this content here. So I'm going to click on Add Product. And as you can see, we directly integrate with e-commerce platforms and other platforms to retrieve the current and latest and greatest product data to incorporate into my prompt. So I'm going to add this board here, and let's choose another one, and let's go with a third one to make it nice and even. And as you will see, each one of these already has a simple product description. We're going to use that as part of the prompt that will be sent over. So everything will come through with more accurate results. I can add some specific keywords if I wish to make sure they're included. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and click Generate. What's happening behind the scenes is Content Studio is actually assembled a very complex prompt to pass over to, in this case, OpenAI's ChatGPT-4. And as you can see, it's bringing back the result for me. And a few things I want to call out here. First of all, it's using actual products and product information, as you can see here. It's also doing some formatting for me automatically, which is great. And it's making sure that it's giving me marketing type content, not something like a user guide, for example. So if I want to, I can select some text, as you may have just seen, and I can choose to improve or shorten that or expand it as necessary. Great, so the results look good, but what if I want to create a version of this for a different audience? Let's say eco-conscious consumers, where I'll use an empathetic and caring voice. Yes, rather than rewriting all of this all over again, I can just quickly choose a new audience or tone or modify the subject or different products and click Generate. And it won't overwrite what I just had. If you look carefully on the left-hand side, you'll see it kept a copy of what was originally created for me. So I can switch back and forth and pick what's best for me for this particular scenario, or I can keep them both and use them both, of course. And there we go. There's the results that came through. Now, how did I configure all of that? Well, let's go to tone of voice here. And as you can see, I can generate a tone of voice that matches my brand and my tone of voice that I have. And you can add these arbitrarily as necessary. From our brand setting, we can specify brand values, maybe a default voice that we want to use, as well as specify rules such as words that needs to be substituted or excluded that may come through from an AI technology. We can also define our audiences here. Now, which AI model are we using? Many. We are going to give our customers a choice of which AI platform and model they want to use, including in the future an option for them to be able to have a finely tuned model that is specific to their brand so that the results come back up absolutely on message and on brand accordingly. Now, things will get really exciting when we're able to have bulk creation. So I will be able to generate content for, say, multiple audiences across multiple product content types, across multiple products, all in a batch fashion. Now, real quickly, let's go back and take a look at some of the other things I can create, as you saw how quickly the buying guide was. Everything here is related to product content and selling more products. Product description or rewriting existing ones. SEOs, product blogs, opinion pieces, comparisons, FAQs, marketplace listings. We're excited to bring more and more of these templates to generate more product content faster than ever before. And the great thing is the Content Studios won't just be available from launching from our platform and our CMS, but it'll be available standalone and also from other platforms in the future too. Now that's one half of things. That was content. What about images? Well, we're also going to be launching an image studio. This can also be launched standalone or from within the Amplience platform or from other platforms in the future. And this enables marketers and merchants to be able to have more democratic access to creative abilities for when they just need to repurpose or modify an image, again, without having to wait for other teams to help them out. So in this case, I've got an image here that was existing already that we had done for a previous campaign for product launches. And I want to be able to repurpose this, but in a different context for a new campaign, maybe end of season, for example. Now, I am no Photoshop expert here, and I wouldn't be sure what to do. But this tool in an image studio makes it super easy. Let's go ahead and grab our magic eraser. Let's start, for example, saying, you know what? Let's get rid of this particular person right here, because that's distracting from my campaign. And maybe this tattoo right over here. That should never have been in there in the first place. And I'll click Magic Erase and let AI take care of the work for me. Our engineers have gone through and evaluated many different available AI models to identify which work with specifically product-centric media. So not a bad job here, actually. I could potentially use this, but not what I want, because this was more of a sort of a summary kind of scene. So I'm going to go ahead and instead just create a product cutout. I want to focus on the model and the products that she's wearing and has here. So let's go ahead and click on that. And AI is going to go through, identify the foreground and main subject, and then actually pull that out from the image, remove the background, and put that onto a transparent layer for me. So I can reposition here over onto the left-hand side. So it looks like the model is actually looking into some good space there. And then I can either put a color fill according to my brand guidelines if I wish to. This would be great for something like a marketplace image, for example. Or I can replace that with an image. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add New Image. Let's select a new one here. Let's put her onto a different scene. And let's go ahead and click Open. And I'll go ahead and reposition her like so. And maybe that's something I can use, but maybe that's not quite working for me. So let's go back, add new image. Let's put her on a different beach scene because I think that works better. But you can see the amazing flexibility and choice and ease of use that I have here when working with this particular image. So let's go ahead and let a little blur effect to the background. There we go. Great. I can now download this or save this back to my Amplience platform or use it wherever I need to, as quickly and easily as that. More and more capabilities are going to be coming soon, including, yes, those bulk actions that I talked about with the Content Studio. So there you have it. Content Studio, Image Studio, really making the lives of marketers and merchants and others who need to work with large volumes of content around their products to be able to sell more, essentially. We look forward to showing you more very soon. Stay tuned.